Get the hell out of here, dude. We don't have time for that. We're going to review this game as fast as possible. This is going to be like a little tiny nut, like a little tiny nut, little Deku nut, little Casey's little Deku nut. Okay, I don't like the sound of that. Casey Deku's nut. No, okay, no, I don't like that. Call it Deku nut. It's a Deku nut. If you were like me when Alan Wake 2 came out and saw the raving reviews this game got, like 9 out of 10s and 10 out of 10s, and then saw this shit at the Game Awards.
And the winner is Alan Wake 2.
And the award goes to Alan Wake 2.
What the f is this game about? I had to know what was going on with Alan Wake 2. I had to know what this game was actually about. And you can't play a sequel to a game if you haven't played the first one. I would never do that. Okay, to be real, Alan Wake Remastered was like $7 on PSN, so I bought it, and I wanted to play it, but I'm glad I played it. I'm really glad I played it. Okay, all right, here we go. I'm gonna do a basic plot synopsis of Alan Wake Remastered without giving any spoilers away. Okay, 3, let me set a stopwatch real quick. I'm gonna see how fast I can get this. Or I really wanna see how much I can ramble on and just sound like an absolute idiot. Okay, and go. Alan Wake Remastered. We're already up to a bad start. That's great. Alan Wake is really about a writer who has written a lot of books, a lot of really good books. He's got writer's block, so him and his wife, they want to go on vacation so he can kind of get out of this little funk. But he has a really bad dream at the beginning, and you don't really understand what's going on. And the guy in the dream really talks to you kind of weird, like, "I'll give you your dream back now." That doesn't make any sense. But he wakes up from the dream. It was really a nightmare. His wife is there. They go to this place. It's called Bright Falls, and they go there. And then everyone's acting really weird. And Cynthia Weaver, ooh, she's scared of the lights. And there's these people, they're old gods, Asgard. They're actually pretty cool. And it says the lime and the coconut. I really like that one. And the waitress, she's there too, and then he meets this really creepy lady, this really scary lady, and then they finally go to the cabin, and they have a really big fight. Him and his wife, that's what I'm talking about, not the old lady. Him and his wife have a really big fight, and oh yeah, his wife is really scared of the dark. She's really scared of the dark. Every time the lights go off, she's like, "Ah, Alan, please turn on the lights!" And so they get in a fight, and the lights go off, and she screams, "Ah, Alan!" So he runs inside. Turns out she fell off the fucking balcony. She hits the water. She breaks through the fucking wood. I don't even know how that happens. He goes, "Oh no!" And then he jumps into the water, and then all of a sudden, it's a week later, he wakes up in a car crash, he has a really bad head injury, he has to figure out what's going on, where is his wife, he goes back to the cabin's not there, it's like sunk underwater, it's just an empty lake, and he has to figure out what is going on. Whew! Did any of that make sense? A minute and 20 seconds. That wasn't that bad. Now I just have to see if that made any sense rewatching that. This game breaks my brain a little bit. It makes no damn sense, and it should not be as good as it is. Also, how the hell did I not own this title when I was little? My dad was gay for the Xbox and Xbox 360. He had every Xbox exclusive except for this game. How the hell are you gonna own Blinks the Cat and not Alan Wake? We're getting off topic, sorry. Get back on the nut. That's right, yeah, this game is stupid. The voice acting is funny bad at times, especially when it gets to like the voiceover parts, because the live action characters playing the live action segments are not the actual voice actors for the characters. So the live action characters are having to mouth what the voice actors are actually saying in the live action scenes. And most of it's pretty good. I mean, I couldn't do that thing. That looks hard as hell. But you can clearly tell in some of these scenes that they are trying to mouth the words.
Lots of parties and, oh man. Well, that guy was really in my face. I lost my temper. I know that wasn't cool.
And, uh-oh.
And the sheriff, for some reason the sheriff, I don't know what it is with her, but she sounded like the worst voice actor to me. It sounded like she was doing the bad voice acting on purpose.
Well, my dad used to be a cop there. Tells some pretty wild stories.
Stuff like this?
No, just normal bad stuff. Kinda like your books, Wake.
Now, I'm not a voice actor. I couldn't do it. I can barely make a YouTube video without having to look at my script every few seconds to see what the word I'm supposed to say is. Now, the story can be confusing, but it does it in a way that actually makes sense for the game. It's a roller coaster of twists and fake outs. Like, you keep asking yourself, is this a dream? Is this happening inside Alan's head? Is Alan Wake actually going insane? Is Bright Falls real? Why is this show so goddamn entertaining in the game? I can't stop watching it. I've beat the game, and I still don't understand what is actually happening. And I fucking love that. Alan Wake is so damn unique with its story and the elements that play into it. And, oh yeah, It's actually a video game too. Use light as a weapon in this game. You shine your light at the darkness and it then allows you to defeat the darkness people. It makes them vulnerable. And it can get a little awkward when you're shining it at them for a very long time before you can actually defeat them. Like you're kind of just sitting there aiming it at them and just kind of waiting. But it does add to the tension. It does make it a little scary. You have to use batteries to charge your flashlight, which they are scattered all throughout the game along with ammo, flares, flashbangs, and all other sorts of weapons you find. I just think it's so damn cool to use any and all light sources as a weapon. Again, it's unique. I haven't seen that in a game. That's awesome. One guy even uses Christmas lights around his body like some sort of body armor. And light poles even act as a save and checkpoint spot. It's like the game is telling you light is the only thing that's going to save you. It's like a it's a beacon. That's funny because a light is actually a beacon. It's the only thing that is going to save you in this game. It's like you see it and you get relieved, like, oh, thank God, finally, I can go there and rest for a little bit. After playing a few games that just action, superhuman strength, flying, swinging, go, action, nonstop combat, this game, Alan Wake, was like a breath of fresh, bright Falls Mountain air. All that being said, the gameplay and combat mechanic got old so damn fast around the 6-hour mark. I was actually already done with the game. I was so done with it, I kind of got bored of it, but I kept pushing through to see what would happen at the very end and to see how the story wrapped up. Which didn't actually help because I don't really understand what happened at the end. I don't really understand if any of my questions got answered, but that's okay. That's okay, because it was still a good game. Now, Alan Wake is as weak and as feeble as a video game character can get, which is very representable to humans in real life. We're made of glass. We get hurt and die so easily. It's the same thing with Alan Wake. Now, this really added to the tension of the game, and it made combat incredibly fun at the beginning. It also made it kind of scary. Just to be clear, I hate horror. I hate horror video games. I hate horror movies. After I see a jump scare scene that wouldn't even scare a 6-year-old, I won't be able to sleep for months. I'm out. I'm sleeping with the lights on every single night. Now, a lot of people aren't going to believe me, but even this shit scared me as a kid. And by a kid, I mean I was like 10 or 11 years old. How the fuck is this scary? They're fucking squirrels. They're zombie squirrels. I don't get it either. I can handle this game though. It's not that scary. Oh shit. Knew that was coming. God, I should have seen that coming. This game is more of an action thriller, and it does that very, very well in my opinion. Even though Alan Wake has the cardiovascular strength of an old man with a very serious heart condition and no legs. Seriously, why can't you run for more than 3 seconds? Alan, run! Stucky, the car mechanic, is chasing you with an axe! Run, Alan, run! I was gripping onto the controller really, really tight when I was getting chased and I saw the checkpoint was right there. And I didn't even make it sometimes. It did make me jump. It made me, It made me do that. That was actually what it did. And there are a few jump scares scattered throughout the game, and it's nothing major. And if I'm saying it's nothing major, then you can bet your ass and guarantee for a fact that it wouldn't even scare old Cynthia Weaver. She's a character in this game. Which brings me to the next awesome thing about this game. The old town and townsfolk of old Bright Falls. All right, let me paint a picture for you real quick. And don't you dare click off this video, it's just gonna take a second. Just wait there one damn minute. I played this game at a very unusual time for a gamer. I don't really have a lot of time anymore, and I am exhausted at night. And no, that's not an excuse to not play this game at night. I can play this game at night, it's not that scary. I would wake up around 5 to 5:30 a.m., make myself a great cup of coffee, hear the birds chirping and having fun and singing outside, turn on my PlayStation 5, and play Alan Wake. When it got to the day scenes of this game, especially towards the beginning, at this diner, I had the cup of coffee in my hand and I was talking to all these townsfolk. I talked to the old gods of Asgard who go fucking bananas over this lime and the coconut song. The waitress at the front desk that somehow took an unreasonably uncomfortable amount of time to recognize Alan Wake, even though his cardboard cutout is right there, man. And old Cynthia Weaver was rambling on about the lights and just being a crazy old self. I felt like I was in this diner with these people. It was one of the most immersive experiences I've ever had with a video game. And then I saw the absolute coolest thing about this game. I'm saving this for the end. You can collect coffee thermoses as a collectible in this game. That's fucking incredible. That's awesome. Best game ever. Now this is a good game. This is good game. Very good game. Now I really won't get into it any further. I really want people to try the first Alan Wake and try the second one eventually when I get to it too, because I wasn't even going to give the first one a shot. And I'm so glad I did. God, it really is awesome. In my own experience. Which brings me to the next point. I missed out on a lot of Xbox 360 and PS3 games as a kid. And Alan Wake was one of those games. But man, the experience that I had with this game in the here and now, not tied to any nostalgia, and also being my very first Remedy game, no joke, will go down as one of the best and most awesomest experiences with a video game I've ever had. And it's not that it's a masterpiece of a game, because it's absolutely not. It has so many flaws, it has a lot of errors with it, it can get boring at times. I know all this. It was just my personal experience with it. My personal experience with it makes me think that it's an incredible game. And maybe if you did what I did, maybe wake up early in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and actually play Alan Wake, you might like it as much as I did, but I doubt it. It's just the way that I played the game will go down as an incredible immersive experience for me. Man, I cannot wait to try Alan Wake 2. But for the love of God, Remedy, please, for the love of God, make it physical with a collector's edition that is sold with a coffee thermos. I'm talking the genuine, oh dear, Alan Wake coffee thermos. I'm telling you motherfuckers now, day one, I would buy that, pre-order it. Even if I buy the digital, I will buy that as well. But please, please do something physical soon with the collector's edition. I'm telling you, day one, I'd buy it. Wonder how much an Alan Wake coffee thermos would cost. I bet Etsy has one. Damn it! There isn't any on Etsy? I thought people usually make a lot of custom things and make it on Etsy. Huh. Oh. I'll just Google it. Okay, let's see. Oh, they do make one! That looks sick! Oh, that looks amazing. Huh. $300?